welcome to another episode on Appropriation, where we give the latest news on the state's capital. We start with Imo State, where the governor, Hope Uzodinma, announces that the Southeast governors are against the planned nationwide protest.
Well, democracy is about opinion of the people, and the protest is allowed in a democratic setting. But every protest must be reasonably conceived to be able to make political sense. I think it's too early at this time in the life of this government for anybody to come out to say he wants to protest. First of all, there have not been any engagement where those who are sponsoring the protest was able to tell us the reasons for the protest. Secondly, given the global situation today and the insecurity in the country, we have a very fragile political environment that, if not managed and protected very well, may collapse the entire country. So those who are going to protest, what is the reason for the protest? And if they have no reason for the protest, I think our advice, we're meaning Nigerians, citizens of this country who are making sacrifices. Some of us have paid the supreme price for the existence of this country. We should guide our country very jealously. I think it is the wrong time for anybody to do any protest, because the implication of doing that, if care is not taken, is that it may be hijacked, like the NSAS experience, where criminals now hijacked and innocently conceived agitation by young Nigerians. So this is another kind of temptation that I think too, that those behind the protest, because they have not been able to come out openly to say they are behind it, there is something that is a motive that is yet to be unraveled. So I think that we are not in support of the protest. We are not going to support any protest that has no programs, that is not discussed, that nobody knows what the problems. Okay, if you are protesting, what do you want government to do? Because the reason for protest is that they want an issue to be addressed. What are the issues? So in my view, I think there is no need to overheat the polity, overheat our environment, and put our people in a position that the hardship that is occasioned by economic recession all over the world is further worsened. So I advise against the protest.
And at the presidential villa, President Bola Tinubu have officially welcomed former Senate President Anyim Pius into the All Progressive Congress, APC.
We are here to first thank the President for all the support that's given to the people of Southeast, and as the leader of our party, All Progressive Congress, to formally inform him that the former Senate President Anyim Pius, distinguished senator standing by me, has formally joined All Progressive Congress and is now part of the bigger political family in the country. And we are excited about it as a zone. We are also excited about it as a nation. And the president, being the leader of the party, is also excited about it. He knows his pedigree, he knows his capacity. He knows that once he believes in a cause, he goes all out for it. So I think it's a very big plus, politically speaking, to our party, to the government of the country under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu, GCFR. And also arising from there, we use the opportunity to commend and thank him for signing into law the Southeast Development Commission, which he just assented. If you recall, that bill has been there for the past, God knows. Attempts to pass that bill 3 times failed. Under his watch, he finally assented to the bill, which means listening to our cries. And the people of Southeast, particularly the leadership and the Southeast Governor's Forum, which I'm the chairman, were indeed very grateful, we are very happy with that. It means that the neglect we've been crying for a very long time is being addressed now by the national government. So we owe this glory to Almighty God and to Mr. President for being able to do this justice to our people. We have started harvesting from it. If you recall, only a few days ago there was local government election in Imo State. And in that election, it was like a one-party movement. The entire local governments and councils were won by All Progressive Congress. The party that used to be the strong opposition party, PDP, were not anywhere to be seen. And the majority of the leaders already decamped to APC, and they voted one way. So in the same manner, it means that, because democracy is about the people, when the people are now unanimously agreeing that government is doing well, and the political party is doing well, and they're all collapsing into that political party, what is remaining is to address the campaign of calumny arising from the propaganda of the opposition, which all of us here, most of us are used to. So under this leadership of President Bola Tinubu, it is a new dawn. The old system is being recalibrated, and new ways of doing things are beginning to emerge in the country. We now have a country. Well, democracy is about opinion of the people, and the protest is allowed in a democratic setting. But every protest must be reasonably conceived to be able to make political sense. I think it's too early at this time in the life of this government for anybody to come out to say he wants to protest. First of all, there have not been any engagement where those who are sponsoring the protest was able to tell us the reasons for the protest. Secondly, given the global situation today and the insecurity in the country, we have a very fragile political environment that, if not managed and protected very well, may collapse the entire country. So those who are going to protest, what is the reason for the protest? And if they have no reason for the protest, I think our advice, we're meaning Nigerians, citizens of this country, who are making sacrifices. Some of us have paid the supreme price for the existence of this country. We should guide our country very jealously. I think it is the wrong time for anybody to do any protest, because the implication of doing that, if care is not taken, is that it may be hijacked, like the NSAS experience, where criminals now hijacked and innocently conceived agitation by young Nigerians. So this is another kind of temptation that I think too, that those behind the protest, because they have not been able to come out openly to say they are behind it, there is something that is a motive that is yet to be unraveled. So I think that we are not in support of the protest. We are not going to support any protest that has no programs, that is not discussed, that nobody knows what the problems. Okay, if you are protesting, what do you want government to do? Because the reason for protest is that they want an issue to be addressed. What are the issues? So in my view, I think there is no need to overheat the polity, overheat our environment, and put our people in a position that the hardship that is occasioned by economic recession all over the world is further worsened. So I advise against the protest.
Can you look back at the history of PDP and tell me how many leaders PDP had produced that had joined APC or another party at any particular point in time? It's common. But importantly, I have a determination to be sure that the country moves on the right path. And I should be available to contribute my quota. It's necessarily, contributing quota does not necessarily mean to work, but to engender a conducive atmosphere for progress. I'm not looking for work, but there is need that, given the challenges the country is facing today, that we all need to put hands on all the hands on deck to make the country move forward. So certainly the country is passing through turbulent times, and it is the duty of every patriot, if you have nothing to add, ensure that you contribute to the peaceful atmosphere that will engender progress in the country.
Vice President Kashim Shettima announces that Nigeria is set to surpass global economies in terms of technology and economy.
Well, I want to start, first of all, by the solidarity shown by the two governors and the two deputy governors from the Northwest sub-region. Governor Ubasani is not only blazing the trail in driving innovation in Kaduna State, but most importantly, his sense of inclusivity, his ability to carry all tendencies in Kaduna is worthy of emulation by us all. About 2 days ago, the leadership of Sokapo, in solidarity with the governor, came out home and clear and said there are not going to be any part of mischief early next month against the government of Governor Ubasani. And of course, Comrade Nasir Idris, he has turned Berlin Kebbi into a huge construction site. He's working around the clock, investing heavily in agriculture, in youth empowerment, and of course in education. We are mightily proud of all our three governors and our two governors present here. Jigawa has a total land mass of 23,154 square kilometers, just about a quarter. Niger has 76,363 square kilometers. But in the last wheat season, 75% of the land utilized for wheat production in Nigeria was in Jigawa State. We have to commend Governor Umar Namadi and his team for doing an awesome job. Your Excellency, we are most grateful for your involvement in this program. And of course, Jigawa State is a pioneer in the adoption of digital technologies on the continent. It has trained various generations of change makers who have gone on to imprint the web of internet penetration in this country. Therefore, this program is more than just a new initiative. It is a homecoming ceremony for those who have eased our journey through the fourth industrial revolution. This event, therefore, is a return to our roots, and I am honored to join you in celebrating the glory of this state and empowering its people to reclaim their rightful place in the digital age. In no industry are we challenged to reinvent and innovate as much as in the technology sector. Even a single week of creativity and research can disrupt established systems. This reality compels us to aim for the front row seat in the race to leverage new tools and inventions. We are not merely catching up with the rest of the world, we are poised to overtake them. This is why I wholeheartedly welcome our partnership with Blua to inject new life into our digital revolution. This phase of the initiative is designed to train 1,000 Nigerians annually in artificial intelligence, blockchain, and other cutting-edge technologies. We are not just creating jobs, we are cultivating a workforce capable of competing on the global stage. The future of every nation today relies on empowering young people to master and explore new trends in digital technologies. This initiative offers its beneficiaries the chance to become part of a global workforce, driving innovation that will shape our future. The skills you will acquire here are the currency of the 21st century, opening doors to opportunities far beyond our borders. As a major investor and partner in the Nigerian technology ecosystem, Blowa's interests align seamlessly with the agenda of His Excellency President Bola Tinubu in our bid to revolutionize our digital technology sphere. We are particularly grateful to our empowerment of Aila Microfinance Bank, resulting in the disbursement of over 100 billion naira to 2 million Nigerians. This is not just financial support. It is a lifeline that can help countless families and small businesses to thrive. This initiative is the first of many. We are adopting this initiative across the nation to create a network of tech hubs that will power Nigeria's economic growth for decades to come. This is the promise of our national strategy for digital transformation and economic diversification. And I commend the government and people of Jigawa State for embracing this opportunity. You have consistently shown the nation the way to the future and provided us with a template for a nationwide technological renaissance. Every investment in digital technology goes beyond the accumulation of capital. It is a lifeline for the people and security for the nation. It not only buffers the economy and provides stability, but positions us to participate actively in the global race to optimize the potential and opportunities of these disruptive technologies. Our aspiration remains to transform Nigeria into a premier destination for technology outsourcing, creating a model that combines global expertise with local talent. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today's event guarantees our collective promise to actualize the vision of a Nigeria where technology opens doors to prosperity for all. A nation that stands tall in the global digital economy. A nation where our youth can dream big and achieve even bigger. And tellingly, a nation where all investments thrive. I wish to once again extend our gratitude to Mr. Anyim, the visionary Korean director of GLUA, for his faith in Nigeria. I must also recognize and applaud the dedication of Mr. Akinola Jones, Mr. Kayode Jegede, the Nigerian director of GLUA. Our assurance is this promise to work together to create opportunities for the nation and to assure you to receive the best of support to invest in the potential of the greatest black nation on earth. Thank you, and God bless us. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. All praises be to Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Once again, I most warmly welcome His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to Jigawa State and to the Yakubu Gawan NYSC orientation camp. Only a few hours ago, the Vice President was at Aminu Kano Triangle, where he launched the first expanded national MSME clinic, which will empower and grow hundreds of micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises in Jigawa State. Here we are again at Panisau for the launch of yet another very innovative and laudable job creation program. On behalf of the government and people of Jigawa State, I welcome Mr. Vice President to the flag off of the training of 1,000 youths on artificial intelligence targeting and blockchain technology. I understand this is an ICT outsourcing initiative initiated by the Office of the Vice President in partnership with GLOA, the well-known blockchain technology firm. For those that don't know, very recently GLOA has gone into partnership with the Central Bank of Nigeria to support the acceleration of our digital currency, the e-Naira, which is still unknown to many Nigerians. On behalf of the teaming youths participating in this program, I also profoundly thank the Vice President and his team for bringing this very important program to Jigawa State. Indeed, this is a rare opportunity at the doorstep of our youth to venture into the digital world of ICT outsourcing and reap all the benefit that it offers, particularly in terms of job creation and opportunity to contribute to the growth of our national economy. Let me assure the Vice President that the choice of Jigawa State for this program is certainly very apt and well placed. The state is blessed with hundreds of thousands of ITC and qualified youths in various fields of information and communication technology. This is courtesy to our very reputable Informatic Institute established more than 2 decades ago, which was affiliated to the well-known Informatic Institute of Singapore. Jigawa State is also the home of Galaxy ITT, the Jigawa State government-owned ICT firm, which was the precursor to the federal government Galaxy backbone, which largely facilitates our nation's digital economy initiatives. As the world passes through another phase of evolution of human societies powered by ICT, known as the post-industrial revolution, Nigeria cannot afford to miss out. We believe that in today's world, to perform and excel, whether as individual, public, or private entities, one must wholeheartedly embrace and be an active participant in the post-industrial revolution. Success largely depends on the extent of one's alignment with the ongoing digital transformation that have permeated through all aspects of human endeavors, including governance, business, and economic management. We are delighted that as it is with the Renew Hope agenda, so it is with our 12-point agenda, that interventions around digital technologies and innovations are considered as topmost development priorities. They not only serve as a new frontiers for economic development, but serve as vehicle for accelerated economic growth. This could be seen from the contribution of the ICT sector in our national GDP. From less than 10% in 2021 to almost 17% in the last quarter of 2023, as reported by the National Bureau of Statistics. This was what informed the decision of the Jigawa State government to establish a new agency known as ICT and Digital Economy Agencies, for which a law has already been passed and assented to. More than ever before, we are determined to reposition Jigawa State as a major ICT hub in Nigeria. We already have a robust state ICT master plan, the implementation of which we are assiduously pursuing to promote e-governance and accelerate deepening digital economy in our development interventions. We are committed to ensuring that Jigawa State reaps the dividends of the post-industrial revolution through vigorous pursuit of innovation and technology. We therefore consider today's official launch of the outsourcing initiative, focusing on artificial intelligence targeting and blockchain technology in Jigawa State, as a significant milestone in our journey toward digital transformation. It is our belief that today's event will open new opportunities, reduce unemployment, and reposition Jigawa State and Nigeria as a hub for global outsourcing, particularly for artificial intelligence and blockchain technology. Jigawa State government hopes to leverage on the collaboration with GLUA in furtherance of our objective to deepen our niche in ICT innovation and the digital economy. Part of the activities to be undertaken while His Excellency the Vice President is here in NYSC orientation camp is the commissioning of a trained 1,435 agro-agricultural extension workers by the Jigawa State government, as well as the plug off of the distribution of agricultural input, NGKs, under Padama program, which is expected to cover about 26,000 beneficiaries, of which 30% are women. These two events are part of the agricultural transformation agenda we are pursuing to achieve our strategic development objectives, particularly as they relate to food security. Accordingly, as we conclude the IA and blockchain technology event, I would like to invite His Excellency, the Vice President, and other dignitaries to launch the 2 agricultural interventions by the Jigawa State government. It is worth noting that these are also in perfect alignment with the objective of His Excellency's Renew Hope agenda. Finally, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I once again most sincerely thank His Excellency, the Vice President, for this historic visit, full of bounties for our people. We thank Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful, for giving the wisdom to the Vice President and his team for appropriately bringing this program to Jigawa State. We also appreciate and thank all the team members in the Vice President office, driving various job creation initiatives in partnership with the state. In particular, we appreciate the leadership and contribution of the Deputy Chief of Staff to the President and the Senior Special Assistant to the President on job creation, both in the office of the Vice President. We also appreciate and commend the collaborating partners in this initiative, that is the GLOA, with whom we also hope to see a deepened and enduring partnership. May God bless the Vice President. May God bless the Kashim Shettima, GCON. May God bless their excellencies, of Kaduna State, as well as the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, the Deputy Governors of Katsina, as well as the Deputy Governor of Sokoto State. May Allah bless Jigawa State and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, our host, the Executive Governor of Jigawa State, one more time.
Official launch of the digital training and AI mapping exercise in Jigawa State. I thank the office of the dear Vice President for this forward-looking initiative. We live in a world of technology. Every serious nation must avail itself of the opportunities thrown up by information technology to improve the condition of its people. Artificial intelligence is fast remaking our world. It is changing the way we think and do things. If properly and effectively utilized, it can enhance our efficiency and effectiveness. We must therefore embrace artificial intelligence in order not to be left behind in this fast-changing and complex world. This training is a giant step aimed at enhancing digital growth and development in Jigawa State and positioning the youth to be relevant in our technology-driven economy. We have not only embraced AI in Kaduna State, but we also commence massive enlightenment on its benefits and challenges. Today, I'm invited to talk about creating jobs through digital transformation, the Kaduna State model. I have been asked to speak on creating jobs. I will attempt to do that using Kaduna State model. Our administration recognizes the strategic place of ICT in driving economic growth and improving the lives of citizens. In our 1 year in office, we have come up with several initiatives to promote the development of ICT and create jobs opportunities in Kaduna State. We have successfully created over 100,000 direct and indirect jobs in the IT sector. Some of our key initiatives are as follows. The establishment of the Directorate of Information and Communication Technology. The Directorate, which is now fully operational, serves as a unified and innovative hub for all ICT-related activities across the state MDAs. The Directorate has been playing a crucial role in implementing various key ICT services, e-government solutions, and digital economy initiatives. The state government has supported the development of IT infrastructure, such as fiber optic cables, by eliminating right-of-way charges to telecommunication companies. This This has encouraged investment in internet service provision and made it easier for businesses and individuals to access the internet and other IT services. In collaboration with partners, the state government has established the Kaduna Technology City, which is being upgraded to a smart city where residents can live and work and earn their living. Collaboration with Google Africa, Kaduna State government has forged a significant partnership with Google Africa for the African Tech for Lady Skills Development Project. This collaboration aims to empower 5,000 women and girls in Kaduna State with skills in data science, AI, entrepreneurial applications of digital technologies. So far, 3,500 girls and women have been trained by Google and supported by Kaduna State government. In conclusion, it is not just about inclusion in technology. It's not just about social equity. It is about economic progress. By empowering our women with digital skills, we are not only breaking gender barriers, but also setting the stage for significant economic growth. This partnership with Google underscores our commitment to harnessing the vast potential of our women for the socio-economic transformation of Kaduna State and Nigeria at large. We have established a digital innovation and entrepreneurship center, first of its kind in Nigerian states, using the existing ICT hub for ICT empowerment and ICT business clinics with global IT partnership. We have ramped up the implementation of our Bridging the Last Mile Initiative 2024 to 2027. This initiative aims at increasing and achieving digital inclusion in Kaduna State. We want to ensure that our people effectively utilize digital tools to enhance their businesses and livelihoods. I signed into law a bill to make provisions for the development of tech-enabled startups in Kaduna State and other related matters 2023. The objectives of Kaduna State startup law include, but not limited to, creating an enabling environment that shall drive inclusive growth through an innovative economy by streamlining the government and private sector initiative, creating jobs and opportunities, improving production, and advancing innovation and trade in the state. Provide incentives, remove constraints, and ensure the establishment and operation of innovative businesses, and strengthen, promote, develop an ecosystem for startups to thrive. We have established a 1 billion naira startup grant and investment fund for startups in Kaduna State. The fund will provide support to technology laboratories, accelerators, incubators, and hubs who qualify for investment, as well as assisting early stage finance for startups to undertake product viability research to assign the technical
Still on the Vice President, Kashim Shettima launches the 4th edition of the expanded National Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises MSMEs Clinic, announcing a 150,000 naira grant for each business owner in Jigawa State, as directed by President Bola Tinubu.
As encapsulated in our 12-point agenda, the event we are witnessing today here in Aminikaro Triangle is a plug off of the 4th expanded national MSME clinics. As we all know, the development of micro, small and medium scale enterprises is central to the development, to the Renew Hope agenda, which seeks to create the necessary environment for inclusive and sustainable growth of Nigerian economy and ultimately uplifting millions of people out of poverty. delighted that this also aligns with our agenda for Greater Jigawa, in which we plan to implement several well-conceived targeted interventions to support and promote entrepreneurs, efficient business incubation, and development of small businesses. This is in recognition of the role MSMEs play in economic development and employment generation for any economy in the world. Indeed, we hold this MSME clinic very dear, while boosting the MSME sector through the one-stop-shop business development services being provided. We also believe they will significantly contribute to our economic development and reform agenda. As we can see, the clinic provides a range of innovative business development support services to MSMEs through the collaborative effort of all concerned institutions in the business development ecosystem. They are also crucial in helping MSMEs to overcome unnecessary challenges normally faced in trying to establish and grow their businesses enterprise. Your Excellency, Mr. Vice President, I am pleased to inform you that we have mobilized over 100 SMEs to participate in the Today SMEs Clinic. These include existing and upcoming micro and small businesses. Mostly, these are small home-based manufacturers, fabricators, producers, and service providers in agricultural value chain, information and communication technologies, startups, as well as women entrepreneurs and other trade associations. Let me therefore urge all participating SMEs to aspire to take full advantage of the services to be offered in the clinics. This is a rare opportunity to access a wide range of business development services, which under normal circumstances could take weeks, if not months, and cost a lot of financial resources. I pray that one way or the other, participants will continue to access these services beyond today's clinic with the same ease, promptness, and quality of service. Let me take this opportunity to inform His Excellency the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that in line with the focus of Mr. President Renewed Hope Agenda, our homegrown programs for Greater Jigawa also prioritize innovation and well-targeted youth and women empowerment programs, including support services for small and medium-scale enterprises. It was in line with this that we repositioned the former Director of Economic Empowerment to a state agency for economic empowerment and employment backed by state legislation. It is in its only 1 year of existence, the agency has implemented over 30 different empowerment and employment programs with over 100,000 beneficiaries. We also, under the auspices of the agency, recently signed a memorandum of understanding with the Bank of Industry, under which a revolving matching fund scheme worth 6 billion naira was established, purposely to support the development of small, medium, and large-scale enterprises and entrepreneurs in Jigawa State. Furthermore to this, Mr. Vice President, in an effort to complement the effort of the federal government toward easing the effect of inflationary trends in the economy, we have also implemented several social protection and welfare programs, mostly in form of cash and in-kind palliatives, aimed at mitigating the situation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is in pursuit of this intervention that His Excellency the Vice President today performed the launching of 2 new interventions by Jigawa State governments as follows. One here in Aminikano Triangle with the commissioning of the Jigawa State Micro Retailers Empowerment Program, which will provide a springboard for our youth aspiring to become big-time businessmen. 150 units of the retail shows were launched today. The program will involve the provision of 300 of such kiosks spread across 287 wards of Jigawa State. The second program was the commissioner of Jigawa State palliative shop performed by His Excellency the Vice President at Yerwawa Quarters along the bypass road in Duse. This is a payless, cashless transaction initiative which will involve the provision of essential commodities, particularly food stock, to targeted beneficiaries at prices below their market prices. Even as we await the delivery of the customized ATM card and point of sales equipment for the commencement of the sale across the 287 wards in the state, I am delighted that Palliative Shop Distribution Center for Duse local government, fully stocked with the required essential commodities, has been commissioned today and is good to go. Finally, let me conclude my remarks by once again most sincerely expressing our profound gratitude to His Excellency the Vice President for this historic visit. We thank Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful, for this great favor done to our state. We also most sincerely appreciate the contribution of other officials of the Vice President office for the actualization of this intervention in Jigawa State. In particular, I would like to mention the Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, our own Senator Ibrahim Hassan Hadeja, and Mr. Tamitola Adekule Johnson, the Senior Special Assistant to the President of Job Creation on MSMEs, both in the office of the Vice President. May Allah reward you most abundantly. Let me also equally express my sincere appreciation and gratitude to my colleagues, the executive governors of Kaduna and Kebbi State, as well as the deputy governors of Katsina and Sokoto State, who are here with us, and also for sparing their time to be part of this very historic and auspicious visit by His Excellency the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I thank and appreciate everybody for being here with us to bless this occasion. God bless President Bola Tinubu. God bless the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima.
Micro, small, and medium enterprises in Nigeria. Your Excellency, your leadership has been instrumental to the creating of enabling environment for this vital sector of our economy. Your declaration that SMEs are the backbone of our national economy is pivotal, and it resonated deeply with the contribution of SMEs to our GDP. Today, SMEs contributed more than 46% to our GDP and more than 80% of our workforce. So the Vice President has been committed to this. Even before inauguration, I will never forget the Vice President used his money to promote SMEs in Nigeria. Within 1 year, the Vice President has inaugurated many initiatives, among them digital skills training in partnership with Wema Bank, launch of the loan for SMEs, the ASO Accord, where the Vice President is championing economic and financial inclusion so that all our SMEs will be part of the reform the President is driving. So at NICDA, we are committed to this, and our vision for Nigeria is a digitally empowered nation, fostering inclusive economic diversification through technological innovation. To this extent, NICDA invested heavily in Jigawa State, and we are partnering with the state government to ensure that all citizens of Jigawa have access to digital skills and literacy. I will never forget, on the 1st of March this year, the Vice President challenged the governor in Gombe State during the launch of the outsource to Nigeria that he wants Jigawa to be the second state for the outsource to Nigeria initiative. And the governor has lived to expectation. Today we are here in Duse to launch, among other things, training of Jigawa youth on AI and blockchain. So this will help Jigawa to reclaim its position in the digital map. Jigawa, we are the trailblazer in the digital revolution. But today we've been lagging behind, but with this initiative, I believe strongly Jigawa will claim its position in the digital landscape. So thank you very much, and we...
The Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, the Chairman, House Committee on Police Affairs, and member representing Madam Adori Kogama, Right Honorable Yusuf Shuto Garembi, member representing Berniwa Uri Kasama, Federal Constituency, and Right Honorable Hotel Plata, member representing Berniwa Uri Kasama, Federal Constituency. SSA to the President on Job Creation, Senior Ace to the President, Director General National Information Technology Development, Madam Kashifu Inwa Abdullahi, our Royal Fathers, the Chairman, Jigawa State Council of Emirs, His Royal Highness, the Emir of Hadija, Alhaji Adamu Abubakar Mahdi, Your Royal Highness, the Emir of Kuse, Alhaji Hamid Muhammadu Sanusi, Honorable Commissioners and members of the Executive Councils of Jigawa, Kaduna, and KP states present here. Directors General, Heads of Extra-Ministerial Agencies and Parastatals of Government, our religious leaders, our political leaders, the party chairman, and our political elders, Alhaji Isa Jirawa, and Alhaji Ali Monobi, the good people of Jigawa State, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I greet you with the best of greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is our first stop on this mission to save and empower our enterprises. We bring to this new world of vast potential and opportunity the warm greetings of His Excellency President Bola Tinubu GCFR. We are deeply grateful to the people of Jigawa State for the hospitality with which we are received today and for hosting the first expanded MSME clinic under this administration. The MSME subsector has been our top priority because you are the very foundation of our economy. Not only do you represent 96% of all businesses in Nigeria and contribute over 45% to our GDP, but you also provide a crucial lifeline to 80% of our nation's workforce. We recognize your essence, and that's why we are establishing MSME clinics across the nation. These clinics will act as incubators for small businesses and offer alternative financing. They will also ensure that you have the support and resources you need to compete and thrive. Your prosperity, therefore, is the prosperity of Nigeria. Your downturn is the downturn of Nigeria. Your destiny is the destiny of Nigeria. This is why we cannot afford to have you have any fear. We will not rest until each of you is in a advantage position to access the support and capital made available for our small businesses. Until we work with our partners to create and sustain a conducive environment for MSMEs to thrive, whether in Port Harcourt or Lucy, and whether in Wahia or Shoko. We recognize that MSMEs continue to face numerous challenges that hinder their growth. This is why we are here. This is why we are doing this. This is the reason this administration is providing this special intervention loan and the expanded MSME clinic. Among other interventions, we come to you to provide shared hubs across the length and breadth of this country. Earlier today, along with His Excellency Governor Uzodinma and the Excellencies and other top dignitaries, and on behalf of the President, I commissioned the best phase of the 10-hectare solar-powered irrigation farm in Marobi. We also commissioned a 100 kVA solar unit to power the entire Christian market. This ensures that the entire market receives a minimum of 8 hours of electricity per day during market hours. Through these clinics, the administration has provided a platform for MSMEs in Jigawa State to interact directly with regulatory agencies, financial institutions, and business support organizations, receiving on-the-spot solutions to solve the challenges they face. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce that His Excellency President Bola Tinubu GCFR has mandated that a grant of 150,000 naira each be awarded to outstanding exhibiting MSMEs in today's event. Rest assured that this is an outright grant and beneficiaries will not need to repay. Beyond the interventions provided through the MSME clinics, President Bola Tinubu has also designed and rolled out other initiatives specifically targeting and supporting MSMEs in Nigeria. He recently approved the inauguration of the Presidential Economic Coordination Council, which I have the privilege to chair, working with the coordinating Minister of Finance and other reputable members of the organized private sector. A major highlight of these interventions is a job creation scheme for MSMEs across different identified clusters. The scheme under the job creation and MSME unit will create 3,000 jobs within 1 year across the entire country, thereby creating a total of 111,000 jobs in 12 months. This intervention will be in partnership with the Bank of Industry. I want to enjoin all MSMEs across the nation to take advantage of these opportunities and have faith in President Bola Tinubu's commitment to making your dreams come true. I hereby extend immense gratitude to the government of Jigawa State for partnering with the federal government and all its partners to bring this expanded MSME clinic to the people. We will not be gathered here to support our MSAs without your partnership. Thank you.
A number of MSMEs will be coming to tell the people of Jigawa what we have for them. I would want to move very quickly to welcome one of our partners, the person that will be coming to thank the people of Jigawa State on what we have done on this partnership. So I want to welcome the Director General of NITSDA, So he will be coming to give a goodwill message on behalf of all our partners, both state and federal. Mutani Jigawa! Mutani Jigawa! Mutani Jigawa!
Over to the National Assembly, where the Senate has passed the sum of 2.6 trillion naira as contained in the 2024 Appropriation Act Amendment Bill, following the presentation of a report by the Chairman Committee of Appropriations, Senator Adeola Olamilekan.
The committee observed as follows: the need to provide for the government equity component of the renewed Hope infrastructural project and other critical projects to be undertaken across the country, and other recurrent expenditure requirements like the provision for new minimum wage, among others, which necessitated the request for the amendment of 2024 Appropriation Act.
30 to 33 and a citation. The methodology we used was an interaction with the sponsors of the bill, request for stakeholders' inputs and comments and observations of the bill, review of relaxed existing legislation to meet international best practices, and we reviewed the stakeholders' input and consideration of the draft report. The objectives of the bill is to provide for the imposition of windfall profit levy and assessment and review of profits declaration for deferred payment agreements for financial institutions by Federal Inland Revenue Services. The committee
Appropriation Act to authorize the issue from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation of the sum of 3,200 billion only for capital expenditure and the sum of 3 trillion only for recurrent expenditure for the year ending 31st day of December 2024. Third reading taken and passed. And pray that the amendment will enable the country to reach its El Dorado and bring about a renewed hope and also stem the tide of protests by the labor unions, and particularly commend Mr. President for the agreement reached in this minimum wage saga. And pray that at the end of the day, Nigeria will be better with this budget as amended.
In the meantime, the Senate adjourns its plenary till September 17, 2024 to proceed to 2 months annual recess.
For their service to their fatherland. I'm particularly delighted that we're able to take the minimum wage bill today, and we did justice to it expeditiously to ensure that Nigerians are happy and the issue that had bedeviled the polity for months now is brought to an end. We're hoping that between tomorrow and Friday, Mr. President will assent to this bill to make it an act of parliament so that every Nigerian employed in any kind of employment, be it private sector, government, or otherwise, would not receive anything below 70,000 a month. And this is the beauty of minimum wage. It is not maximum wage. It only says that if you're a tailor and you employ additional hand, you cannot pay the person below 70,000. If you're a mother and you have a newborn child and you want to bring in a housemaid to look after your child, you cannot pay that housemaid below 70,000. It is not maximum wage. It applies to all and sundry. If you bring in a driver, if you bring in a gate man, you cannot pay that gate man below 70,000. So I'm very delighted that this has been passed, and we now look forward to employers of labor going ahead to improve on what has been set as a benchmark for all and sundry to follow. So I congratulate the Nigerian Labour Congress, I congratulate all Nigerians, and I congratulate the Senate and the National Assembly in general for this epoch-making legislation, which has even reduced the time of negotiation from 5 years to 3 years in view of the sparing effect of foodstuffs. So it's now necessary that we review it every 3 years instead of 5 years. This is again a landmark legislation, so congratulations to all. On that note, it is now my privilege to pronounce that this Senate stands adjourned till the 17th day of September 2024 at 11 a.m. prompt.
Okay.
Still on the National Assembly, the House of Representatives Committee on Safety Standards and Regulations assures to streamline operations, eliminate redundancies, and resolve conflicts across sectoral safety regulatory bodies.
I'm pleased to announce that the bill proposing the establishment of the National Safety Regulatory Board has been shared extensively with stakeholders for their valuable inputs. Your contributions are integral to shaping this initiative, and the technical committee, which includes your representatives, will thoroughly review all feedback. Together, we aim to create legislation that reflects the diverse needs and perspective of all stakeholders. Our goal with this board is clear: to streamline operations, eliminate redundancies, and resolve conflict across sectoral safety regulatory bodies. By consolidating efforts under one unified framework, we will enhance efficiency, effectiveness, and coherence in safety regulations nationwide.
While inaugurating the committee on February 8, 2024, Mr. Speaker urged the members to pursue legislative processes and actions to reinforce the safety of our citizens. This bill before us today is in line with that directive. Mr. Speaker commends the chairman and members of the Committee on Safety Standards and Regulations for organizing this very important hearing on this bill that reinforces our commitment to a participatory and consultative parliament. Mr. Speaker has no doubt in the capacity of the members of the committee to deliver on a vital task of this dimension. Our expectation is to leverage on the skills, expertise, and professional sophistication of the stakeholders to strengthen the 10th House to efficiently process this bill.
When I saw the bill only address safety regulation. So I would like the bill, for instance, perhaps, maybe if I don't know, if the bill will properly address the issue of occupational health and safety. Because when we talk about occupational health, we're actually talking about safety as well. And safety is also, occupational safety as well as safety. So I do not know whether the bill actually encompasses both occupational and occupational safety. So because we need not divide that in, because we need to have a robust, holistic board that addresses the issue of safety. And we cannot address it, from the point of view of just, safety alone, because otherwise we will continue to have, things being multiplicity of policies and rules and all that.
Having gone through the bill, the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare wishes to make the following observations. The Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare was conspicuously omitted from the composition of the governing body. Also, it has been observed that the governing body intends to implement some of our services, occupational health and safety services, such as to coordinate the activities of regional and state directorates, organize seminars, symposia, lectures, and sensitization workshops for the public to imbibe the principles of safety in all activities, to facilitate training and retraining of personnel in the departments to local and international safety programs to update them on global best practices.
The House of Representatives Committee on Federal Capital Territory, FCT, have altered the reintroduced park and pay policy in the FCT.
Madam Secretary, for me, let me just ask you a question with the park and pay. The park and pay, I don't know. I used to see your staffs outside Abuja here. When you park, they said pay, you pay. You understand? I don't know who authorized or gave approval for that park campaign. And where do you pay the monies to? The way they operate in Abuja, they harass people on streets. They harass people on streets. I would have advised you people with these concessionaires you are giving, give your VIO. Let them take up this so that the whole revenues will go to FCT. Why are you personalizing it to an individual? You'd have given him, what are they doing in the VIO? You will see the VIO on street, and equally with those people on street, they're not even wearing uniform, holding sticks. Come with a copy of the agreement.
Oh, yes, we can
You understand?
Yes.
And the remittances you received from January to date.
We have a regulation now guarding the, it's called 2019 parking regulation. And there's another road traffic regulation, amended 2023, which amended the 2023. We had 2020 by the authority now. Can I come in? Regulation is different from an act. It's not. I'm not talking about an act of parliament.
And so when you use concessionaires for your exercise, there's usually a ratio between the concessionaire and the FCT. So for areas like this where we have concessionaires, there is a percentage, part of it goes to the concessionaire, 60%, and 40% goes to FCT.
What infrastructure did he provide that you are giving him 60%? Government build roads. Government spent a lot of money, taxpayers' money to build roads. And then you are bringing an auctioneer that is taking 60% of what you are generating from those roads. Even if he builds the road, he should not take that kind of amount of money.
How do we scrutinize or question or interact with you without figures? We are talking about the Nyanya Park here. A lot of money have been expended, and unfortunately nothing to show for it. You don't even know how much was budgeted for it. And here we are, you're telling us you're going back. Even the committee here already know how much that was budgeted for this particular project.
The Nyanya Park is mentioned, and I think we've spent a lot of money in Nyanya Park. And you abandon it. What is the problem? Monies have been provided for you in 2023, 2024. No, 2022 and 2023. The director, not you, demanded transport director. What's the problem?
And lastly, on Abuja File, the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, emphasizes on the importance of encouraging children and youth to become young farmers to expand and sustain the nation's food sufficiency drive.
I believe my being here is to support my husband and make sure that we're able to deliver the dividends of democracy to Nigerians, and especially with the women and our children and the youth. So we have a lot to do for them. And for the past 1 year, it's been a learning curve for me. Trying to see, it's quite overwhelming, trying to minister to over 200 million people. And in a country where you have half rich, half poor. And I kept saying that the responsibility of us being Nigerians is to be responsible for at least one person. We won't be crying. But we are living in times that everybody is so Thank you very much. Because I'm trying to choose a very kind word. Self-love is getting overboard. And so it's been a lot. NADFund has been in this office before. They are the first people I received here. Yes, they are the first set of people because that was when we were planning what to do. So it's not something that is not an agency that will say, oh, it's you are being introduced newly. But we didn't have the opportunity to work with them. So we believe that this is the time, and then we look forward to work with you. But what you've brought today about every home a garden is not something we want to do every time. We just want to kickstart it so that everybody is aware that you can grow food that you eat. Where I would have really liked, because that was where we're just dilly-dallying a bit, was the area of the youth. I don't know whether you want to work with children in Young Farmers Club. Young Farmers Club will be something that I believe that your team can invest in, because young people are the future of any idea we are putting on the table right now. Because there has been huge disconnect between what reality is and what fiction is, or what social media is. Because in social media, they can build a castle in 1 minute, but that's not the reality. But if we begin to catch them young, I remember in my day, we have gardening in schools. So, and that has always been there. But nowadays that most people who go to public schools are children from, less privileged backgrounds. They don't live in an environment where there will be a garden or to say they want to grow something. But now there are smart gardening. You can do a garden in a bucket, a plastic bowl, you can do a lot in there. But I think, having said that, we have a lot to show the young children. And this is the time to do it. All those people who have garden in their homes, you can still work with them, but I'm not really too certain. It might not be something they want to do. That's why we push a prize money there. That, there is 25 million? 25 million for that. So, but, a lot of people, first ladies of states, even in Ekiti, the first lady has already harvested some tomatoes, okra, it's corn, it's amazing. But I say you can't win it. We are not part of this. No matter, we can just show example what is really possible. And I pray that, we'll be able to get the best 35 that can work with you, but I'm just trying to prepare you.
We have decided to tackle Nigeria's food security crisis with a very pragmatic approach. We have taken time to develop a 5-year strategy, a roadmap that we feel will help us solve the big challenge we are facing and also fulfill our mandate. The Every Home a Garden initiative, to my taking, shows exemplary leadership at times of crisis. What this connotes is that you have indicated that food security is everybody's responsibility by asking people to bring gardens and be food secure within their homes. Again, we commend you for this, Ma. The NADF has provided a few areas where we feel we can collaborate, and I may want to present this to Her Excellency. Our proposition towards how we would support Every Home a Garden initiative. We have looked at this initiative and we are proposing to expand the shortlisted winners to 1 per state, including the FCT, from our own end. This would give us 37 winners. These 37 state winners, we would want to see if we can support by giving them capacity building and take them through a retreat, sort of a mentorship retreat to expand and scale what they have. Our hope is that besides providing food security to their homes, they can actually become agribiz women and youths. The NADF wishes to organize an agribiz retreat for those state winners. The objective is to build the farming and agribusiness skills of these women and to provide technical capacity for them to scale. The women will be given starter packs at the end of the retreat. These starter packs will inculcate everything that an agribiz unit needs to have. We're also interested in providing them the opportunity to gather relevant data on such potentials and the scalability and impact of subsistence farming as agriculture will be brought into homes. The women could become champions of this initiative in their various states to drive this initiative at the state level. We intend to support them so that we can give them that mentorship, that scalability, so that there are champions in every state, and in the future it could become a mentorship program. One winner now becomes a mentor to the next group of winners. This is because this initiative aligns with the goals that we have set out for ourselves, the goals of empowering women and youths. At this juncture, I would not want to take too much time. We were also very open to listen to your team and see if there are other areas that they feel our agency can give support. Thank you very much, Ma.
And that's all we have for you today on Abuja File. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel at Murray. Many thanks for watching. I am Vina Peters. Enjoy the rest of your day.